Oh, yeah!
This is Liberty Prime with Base Footers, and welcome back to Planet Coaster 2. Whew. It's been way too long, y'all. Sorry about that. I've had some extra stuff going on lately, and it might take me a little bit of extra time to recombobulate my brain here, but at the moment, welcome to Update 5. Update 5 has been installed. I could have sworn that we had an update just last time, and I hadn't even managed to delve into all the new stuff from that yet. So, well, let's see what's in this one. Update 5 is laying down the law with security. Stop vandals and pickpockets in their tracks. Uh-oh, that means that we're going to have some vandals and pickpockets. Not sure how I feel about that. Stop vandals and pickpockets in their tracks with security guards. Place security cameras and security posts to keep watch for suspicious activity. Eject criminals and repair vandalized facilities. Oh man, so much new work to do. To keep your park in tip-top shape. Also speeding down the track is the Vector Return Mark II, a shuttle coaster that your guests will love twice. There and back again. Okay. Alongside a host of other fixes and improvements, the sci-fi theme is hovering back onto the scene. Yeah, that sounds like fun. And standard versions of the High Peak Construction's wooden hybrid steel rails and steel top coasters are also available now. Check the Planet Coaster website for full update notes. Oh man, whippy yollopler. Alrighty, well, we got all that to look forward to. I think I probably should start hiring some security pretty soon. Ooh. Well, we'll see what happens with that. Alrighty, let's go ahead and continue on. They have decided to throw a whole bunch of new stuff at me that I have to deal with somehow. I'm pretty sure that this is the coaster that I was planning to actually get ready to go this time, although it's looking like it's already going, so maybe I don't need to do as much as I thought I did. Let's see. Okay, it's going, it's looping. Let me make sure that all of the things are proper and perpendicular. I guess we're gonna leave it on dynamic pricing. It seems to have people there. Let's see what else we might need to mess with. We've already done the testing. It's got staff. I don't really know how to pronounce that name. I probably should. Amelie Bonner. I'll just go with that. Prestige. Ooh, that's pretty prestigious already. I'm impressed. Maybe I don't really need to do much to this. I could have sworn that I did. But let's see. Well, I guess I'll let that just go on automatic. Y'all, I really am rusty at this game. I don't know why that happened or... Well, I mean, okay, I know why it happened, but haven't been gone that long, surely. Well, ooh, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, okay. No, stop that. Go away. How do I do this? How do I get you gone? Let's just, do anything else. Alright, well, that got rid of that. What are all of my... Actually, you know what? I'm going to pause and see if I can get my brain going a little bit better here. What are all the things going on? Guests are having their pool passes refunded because they're not spending enough time in pools. Well, how do I fix that? Well... Yeah, I'm not really sure what to make of that yet. So run an advertising campaign for long flume enthusiasts is what my objective is. Okay. I don't really want to deal with this. I want to deal with putting up a restaurant and apparently getting some security guards up in this place. Let's go ahead and just start with the security guard thing while I'm all nicely paused. We have ride attendant. Okay, security guard. You have a pretty high hourly rate, don't you? I never really looked at that for the other ones. They all, well, many of them have high rates. I never noticed that the poor vendor gets only half of what these people get. Maybe he gets tips. Well, the mechanic certainly got quite a hefty hourly pay. What about you? Yeah, I think you're probably mildly screwed because you probably don't get tips for cleaning up. You only get $31 an hour. Which, I mean, in real life is not terrible, but still. These annoying mascots get a pretty good salary. Oh, you are new to me. Let's plonk a few of you down. Deep sea diving days, sandy reef. Well, I like you a lot better than I like crescendo melodus. So let's plonk at least one of you down somewheres. You seem thematic. I've kind of forgotten how to navigate just a little bit. Well, I'll put you here in the plaza. And let's get back to plonking some more stuff down. I don't think we've got any of these sharks. Let's put you over here. And some longhouse legends. Maybe you can be over... See, we don't really have any longhouse type stuff yet. Unless I'm forgetting something, which I easily could be. But, alright, we got at least one security guard. Maybe we should have a couple of those. Let's see. Put you down there. Can't really see where I'm putting you. So I'm a little bit too far off. I don't know that I succeeded in putting you down. I'd like to watch you plop on the ground. There we go. And maybe I've got more of you than I meant to have, but let's just, I don't know, let's maybe run this advertising campaign. We're a little bit low on money. How do I run an advertising campaign again? I remember being taught how to do that. I just don't remember how to do that. Let's see. Well, you probably wouldn't be understaffed. Oh, goodness. Yeah, let me out of here. Let me out of here too, actually. Let's just hit escape a few times. Alright. How do I do... Probably park management. Okay, let's see. Advertisements seem like they would be here, but maybe I'm in the wrong spot. Okay, yeah, run an advertising campaign for long flume enthusiasts. I do have 2 flumes, apparently. Maybe that'll help with that weird pool problem. My scenery needs some work, it looks like. And not many people seem to be in the market for souvenirs. I have been wet now for ages and now feel uncomfortable. I think that means I need some of those body dryers. Let's see what else we can do here. Yeah, we definitely need to up the scenery rating. Okay, let's go out of that. That's not where I wanted to be to get the advertising thing done. I might need to look things up just a little bit. Don't really want to have to look it up though. I want to just generically figure it out, but... Okay, let's go back into here. There's got to be other tabs that I'm just not looking at. Okay, research, how are we doing with that? We can go ahead and start researching some stuff. Ooh, apparently that was pretty easy. Let's see, we got... Ooh, I had completely forgotten about the whole research thing, so let's just go on through all of these, because we can probably afford to. I have been just completely ignoring this whole thing. I can't do chapter 2 yet, apparently. I think I need to figure out how to advertise before I can do that part. Okay, park options. Yeah, that's not where advertisement is. Let's see, park rating. Yeah, man, I got so much work to do here, y'all. Okay, none of these look like what I'm looking for. Maybe it's under finances? Yeah, I've been going downhill for a little while here. Well, we have been taking in some money today at least, but... Okay, I was already there. Entertainers. Now I'm curious how many security guards I wound up hiring. Where is you? We got a whole lot of people here. Okay, I do have 2 security guards. That's what I intended to have. But you are still not helping me with the whole advertising thing. I probably need to spend more time in this whole department. Well, at least our stuff is looking, well, it's all in the green. They might have a little bit of thirst problem. Okay, where do I advertise? Alright, I hate to do it, but I think I'm gonna go ask the internets real quick. So, y'all stay here, I'll be right back. Okay, well, I might not have looked this up well enough. See, click on the park population button in the bottom left corner of the screen. I don't see that. Maybe here? Okay. Alrighty, what's next? Here you can apparently select the type of advertisement you wish. Why do I not see it, though? Huh. Yeah, this is just... Oh, okay, I'm just being blind. Advertising is right here in front of my face. Alrighty, well, let's keep trying this. Alrighty, we need to advertise the long flume enthusiasts group. Let's see, what are the requirements? Yeah, I guess I meet that. Let's create an advertisement. See, cost per hour. Ooh, that's a lot per hour. I don't like that, but I can't go any lower, so let's just go ahead and do the basics here.
You know what, mate? I'm feeling really good about this park again. I mean, just look at the place. I know. I shouldn't let what Eugene says get to me. It's just that he's always been able to make me feel like the little brother. I mean, sure, I am the little brother, but it still doesn't feel great. Anyway, beaches, water, and awesome rides? Why was I ever worried? Right, I'll let you get back to work.
Okay, a sure thing. Silver objectives completed. But honestly, guy whose name I've already forgotten, you probably should be a little bit worried. There is clearly a whole bunch of stuff that I need to do here. And I could swear that I had paused this. Oh, okay, yeah. I had paused this. That's why that's the play button. Let's just do that whole recombobulating my brain thing again. Alright, we've gotten some security guards, which we clearly need. Let's look again at what all we are missing here. Alrighty. Well, our new objectives are keep average maintenance above 80%, have 4 pools, have 2 coasters, have 4 flat rides. And because it was complained about the number of unique rides, I might go ahead and just plop down a few flat rides somewhere. And I was thinking I needed to improve the scenery, and I was needing to put some body dryers in there, especially I remember last time it was just raining the whole time I was here, which was not pleasant. But, okay. They're not really suffering for souvenirs. Let me get back to the guests panel. Am I looking at the right thing? Well, oh, that's not what I was going for, but let's just take a look at this. We need more unique attractions. We need more prestige. The scenery is not as bad as I was thinking. I still want to up that rating, but park reputation is pretty good. Let's just maybe concentrate on some unique attractions and possibly put down a nice restaurant. Okay, the how do I increase? How do I words? How do I talk? How do I increase my attraction prestige? Is what I was trying to say. Okay, let's see. Now, what was I going for here? I was going for not that. This is what I was going for. All right, we need a few more drink spots. Maybe a few more toilets. And benches and food. And apparently they like having a lot of panic and a lot of nausea. Because, I mean, this is green, so... Yeah, and it's considered a guest need. Well, if that's the way you feel about it, have at it. That's not honestly my favorite thing in the world. Alright, let's see if there's anything that a whole bunch of people are complaining about. not that much. I think the worst problem that they're complaining about is the body dryer thing. So let's see if we can remember how to add that. Is that going to be a facility? Maybe. Not a shop, not a staff facility. Utility. Services. That sounds servicey. Okay, just Planet Coaster guest services. Body dryer. And don't think I'm really going to worry about the theme at the moment, but I am going to get out of this and figure out where this should go. Oh yeah, it's raining again. Silly me. Okay, did we manage to stuff a body dryer over here by this pool? I think we did. You look body dryer-ish. You must be a body dryer. Well, let's actually click on you and find out. You is not... Okay, yeah. Body dryer. Let's get some more of those, though. Don't need another one with this pool, probably, but didn't I put in a new pool recently? Yeah, there's one over here. And you are very likely to need a body dryer attached to you somewheres. What's this that I see here? These things are changing rooms. That makes sense. I don't know if we necessarily need 3 changing rooms in a row. Maybe we could just switch one out for a body dryer. Or maybe we could add a body dryer right here. I'm not sure if it's going to let me do it quite how I want to, but let's find out. I'm a big fan of FAFO. Let's do some of that. Ooh, oh yeah, now I remember that this was always annoying. Ooh, and so is this. Okay, I believe it's Z to spin these around. That might actually work, although I might need to get rid of that railing. Oh yes, another thing I remember is being deeply annoyed by the camera in this game. But that's kind of a common hazard with games for me, if I'm honest. Let's see if we can spin you around just a touch. No, apparently I can't. Not the way that I was expecting to. And, let's see. I want to be sure that this is not stepping on anything. Like that tree. If I put you here, let's find out what you do to that railing. Well, it's not the railing that's the problem, it's the shrubbery. Wait. I'm so annoyed that this browser, whatever it's called, is always just right in front of the action. I can't pan or whatever around such that I'm not right there tight up against the browser. Okay. Let's see, now how do I remove this shrubbery? Well, let's try just delete that shrubbery. That worked reasonably well, but this is gonna erase a little bit too much. I think that I will have to get into the scenery and see if I can find a much smaller version of shrubbery. It looks perfect over here, it's just over here that's a bit of a problem. Let's make sure that this is open. It looks like it's open. Apparently I have 3 body dryers total. That's good to know. No clue where the other one is. And I definitely need at least one more flat ride, it looks like. Anyway, what was I doing? I was trying to get a shrubbery. Alrighty. Let's see. Nature. Bushes. Does that count as a bush? Let's find it. Well, okay. Yeah, I should probably scroll through just a little bit more slowly here. He was a rhododendron. He was not a shrubbery. You might be... You was not. You was a little bit too close. Yeah, you was definitely not. There might just be a different thing that I should be looking for, or a different category that I should be looking under. Let's try changing what category we're looking under. No, it's not a flowers. It's not a wall climbers. It's not a nature corals. Not a trees. Not a topiary as far as I know. Huh. Well, maybe it is. Okay. Yeah, box hedge. Use a wee small little box hedge. Yeah, this might be just exactly what I need. Let's try seeing this around just a little bit. And oh goodness. Let's see, if I hit escape, will I still be able to put this down? Yes, I can. Alright, that's helpful. No, this is too tall of a thing, and what did I accidentally do when I was clicking on the wrong thing? Oh, well, it didn't really matter. Let's turn you around a bit, because I can always just sink you into the ground if I need to. And I might need something that's a little bit wider. Okay, let's open that browser right back up. And go with the two... Oh, this is probably more what I should be looking for. The mediums. And let's close you back down again. Alright. Making progress. Slow progress. Very slightly starting to remember how to maneuver around in this game. This should not be quite such of a learning curve, if I'm honest. I've played a decent amount of this game so far, not just tons and tons, but I have some experience. Okay, that's looking a little bit better. Might be looking just a little bit too far back. And I am picky, so I am going to make that a little bit less far back. Let's see if we can select you, and yes, we can do some nice precision. I don't need to move you that far. Let's look at you from a few different angles. Alright. Good enough. Oh yeah, I need to do the check mark thing, don't I? And you know what? Was there something new there that I'm not used to seeing? Okay, come here, let me customize you some more. Yeah, this use world axes, maybe that was always there and I just never really noticed it. That's plausible. But anyway, we've got some body dryer. Well, a new body dryer. We now have 4 of them, therefore we technically do have some body dryers. But I'm kind of thinking I could either put something else there or put some scenery to make it look a little bit less stark. Or I could move this whole thing down and move this particular little potted plant somewhere else. I kind of like that solution, if I'm honest. No, okay, let me move you. Let me remember that I need to hit M if I want to move you. And we can put you over here somewhere. And unfortunately, this means that I need to get this where I want it to be. I need to redo the whole hedge thing. Let's see. Does this give me back my money if I delete it? I can't remember. Okay, we're at 29, 228.54. Let's delete you. Yeah, okay, that did give me back just a bug or two, so we can deal with that. Now what I'm most worried about, though, is that this railing is going to disappear. So you know what? I think that instead of getting rid of this, I'm going to Control-Z my way to having this out of the way, so that I can do this all nice and freshly. And we will move you right back over here, and we will get right back and put down that body dryer again in just a second. Okay, and eventually, y'all, I will actually unpause the park. Maybe I should leave it going sometimes when I'm working on it. But we'll do that soon. As soon as we get this where I want it to go. Which is a little bit further over here, maybe leaving me the opportunity to put something else. Actually, you know what? This might be the best spot for it. Yeah, wait, no, do that thing where you click for me again. That might be actually a pretty good spot for you. Although I'm not sure what I can fit right beside you, but I might be a little bit more likely to be able to fit something. Oh well, let's just go with that. And go with getting rid of that shrubbery. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. We got the wrong thing going on here is what we got going on here. Alright, let's just go ahead and, well, we'll try the delete button. Actually, I'm going to compare. Alright, I'm going to use the delete button on my keyboard and see how the 229, 227.3 changes. 228.42. Now I'm going to undo that delete, and I'm going to delete using this little demolishing thing. 228.42. Okay, so same difference. But now I know for sure. And we're going to just go ahead and delete with the keyboard. And we're going to put back in a hedge of the appropriate size, hopefully. Do I need to go slightly bigger? Let's try slightly bigger. Let's try a little bit of nice delicate Zing here. Let's see if we can get you just about where I want you. I think you're floating up in the air a little bit more than I want you to, but we'll check that in just a split second. This is me very slightly rotating it, by the way. You probably couldn't tell. But, okay. Now I'm going to do just a little bit of advanced movement. Yeah, just as I suspected, that is a little bit too far up. Oops, wait, I did that wrong. Oh, that's because it's all the way over here. That was very... Wait, no, I picked the wrong thing. This is what I wanted to move. Let's try that again. No wonder that was in the wrong spot. Okay, that's looking kind of aligned. That's looking, you know, kind of close enough, but just a touch further up. Ooh, not that big a touch. Oh well, I'll just go with that. And we're gonna build that. And we're gonna try to remember what else we needed to do here. Alrighty, I will eventually find something that goes nicely there, but... Oh, let's see, aren't there some interesting little fancier decorations? Yeah, I think I'm in the wrong area here. Let's see. What I'm going for is like, aren't there like statues and stuff like that? Well, maybe this is the right area for that. Let's see, not special effects, ride scenery, buildings, scenery. Let's see, you're kind of cool. You're probably way too big. Yep, you are way too big. Let's see, let's find something else, something smaller. You are also way too big. Let's see, at least we're in the right region here, though. You are kind of weirdly cool looking. A little bit diseased looking, but ooh. Yeah, you're still cool. There's no denying the coolness factor. You're just also weird at the same time. I'd like for you to be smaller, though. Is there something nice and tiny? This almost works. Let's see if we can see this around in such a way that it'll work. We can always just get rid of whatever we need to make this work. I'm thinking about that little potted plant there. Yeah, something around here might work. Let's actually get out of this. Yes, I do like that I've finally discovered that I can get out of that without losing the ability to plonk something down. That's pretty useful. Alright, this might work without even having to delete that planner. And it's a little bit on the expensive side, but no, 170.50, that's not bad at all. Okay. Alright, we have improved our scenery quotient very slightly. Let's see. I hope that my advertisement will... I was about to say I hope that it's gone by now, but since we've been paused, it hadn't even started. Let's unpause. That suddenly got a little bit loud. Now what else do we need to take care of here? That's right, 4 flat rides. We need to find us a nice little flat ride that we can add. And someplace interesting to put it. I'm pretty sure that we own this area. Let's find out. Yeah, okay, this is owned, so we can put something over here. We've also got this giant plaza that we don't necessarily need. Alright, let's get out of here. We can move stuff around here. Oh, and you know what? I think this is... Well, no, okay, this is a path that... excuse me, I'm getting my brain all tangled. I was thinking that this was maybe one of those staff paths, but it's clearly not because it's the same kind of path as this one, and guests are clearly allowed here. So we can just be fine with that for a little while. But let's see if we can maybe find some flat ride that actually fits over here. And you know what? I just remembered that I was planning to put up a restaurant here. I've got the foggiest clue how to start doing that. I know that that's, well, by now it's only relatively new, but yeah, let's just take a look at the flat rides real quick anyway, and see if there's something that I am unfamiliar with. I am pretty familiar with all of these. Get more teacups. Monsoon chute. Buoyancy. Well, that is aquatic themed, so I can see the point of that. I don't... Well, actually, you know what? I think that I can check to see what kind of rides I have. Where would that be? Park management, presumably. Let's see. Park... Attractions and shops. Okay, we have teacups, resurgence, and big wheel. So I do not have any of the other stuff. I'm most certainly going to forget all about that in just about 5 seconds, but ooh, that's big. Okay, maybe we won't be putting that right there. Would you fit up here? I don't think I'd be able to get a queue up to you, would I? So that one's not going to work there. I might be able to put you on that land over there. I probably should have taken a little bit more time to look at what I actually own. I do not own this, and now that I'm thinking about it, okay, yeah, I do own this. I will be buying this before too much longer. And I think that I needed to buy the ocean or something like that in order to do various things that I wanted to do. But I also think that perhaps the ocean was kind of expensive. Yeah, the ocean. That would get me the beach over here. Yeah, it's not really all that expensive to expand, but you know what? I think that for the moment, let's just start building up this area. I had different plans for this, but I see no problem with just going ahead and putting those plans off for some other place. And I did do a bunch of terrain stuff and then failed to do various things that I wanted to over here, so I'm not going to worry too much about that part. Alright, let's see. Once we get over here, we've got room for at least a flat ride or two, presumably. Man, those are way bigger than they seem like they should be. Let's see this around just a little bit. Now I can have maybe a... Oh, boy, let's see how well this fits. Alright, and I don't have to go with this one. Let's see what our other options are. Get more teacups. I'm very sick of teacups. Planetcoaster Synchronize. Now that's new to me. Mythology Synchronize. Let's see what other kind of synchronizes we have. This is a monsoon chute. We haven't got one of those. Resort monsoon chute. Well, that does, make sense, and it's a little bit smaller. We can just have some of this over here, perhaps. I wonder if I own this. I can't remember now. Apparently I do. I could just have them be way up high over here, perched, and maybe build up the terrain if I need to, and just make them climb some stairs. That might not be very nice of me, but let's see. If I was to put you up here, how much trouble would you be? Probably a little bit of trouble. I'm trying to get a little bit too creative with where I put this. But I think that maybe just, ooh, let's see if we can tuck you somewhere. Because I'm going to have enough room for the queue. If I need to, I can, let's see. Let me just get out of that. If I need to, I can move this path around a little bit, but if I remember right, these boulders and such like, I didn't have anywhere near as much control over them as I wanted to have. Yeah, it looks like I can't do anything at all with them. I can't delete them. I'm just clicking on that delete button, not doing a thing. Same for this giant boulder. So I can, ooh. Now I wonder if I can just kind of eat into you with the path. That would be interesting. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see what happens. Just kind of curious what's going to happen. I'm going to be doing some Control-Zing real quick. Yeah, that boulder just stays right where it is. Okay, good to know. Let's see. I can just very slightly alter this path if I need to. Oh goodness, I've already kind of forgotten how to do that part. Let's try a little bit of demolishing or deleting, as the case may be. Because I can at least sort of curve this around just a little bit more. Give myself a little bit of room, but I like having room on both sides. Because maybe I can at least put up some shops over there. Let's see. Working out reasonably well so far. I wonder how much I can curve you. Okay, we were adding a path here, technically. And this is the correct path, or the correct type of path. We might skinny this off just a little bit. I think that this might look okay. Because I think it does a thing where it sort of... Ooh, let's find out. Alright. Line style curve. Terrain style automatic. I'm still not 100% clear on what that means. I've seen plenty of definitions of it, but I'm just not sure what it's going to do in practice. And I keep playing around with that camera moves freely thing, and it just never really stops annoying me. So I'm not sure that it's doing what it thinks it is. Now, got the angle snap off, the link snap off. Well, let's just get started and see what happens. Yeah, see, that didn't marry up to that path the way I was hoping it would. And I've definitely seen it marry a path beautifully before. I just can't remember what I did. So let's just make you 8 wide. Easier than trying to figure out what's going on. Sometimes we just have to go with it so we don't lose our sanity. That's probably not really going to be in the right spot anyway. Okay, yeah, now I see what I need to do. That connection square, that's the problem. Angle, no, square, well, I guess let's try angle. Let's try skinnying this down all the way to 6. Just to see what happens. Ooh, well that didn't happen the way I wanted it to. Okay, connection angle, terrain style, automatic, whatever that means. Line style curve. Fixed length. Yeah, I don't really care either way. I'm going to try turning the angle snap on. No, not the length snap. Angle snap. To, well, is that the smallest I can make it? I'm just... why are you going that direction? I don't get it. I don't really want you to rear back on me like that. Why? Why? Just why and what and why? Maybe it's starting too high up? Let's see if we can do this somehow. Yeah, I don't understand why you're doing that. Maybe it's the angle connection thing. Let's try square. Don't want any of these other things. How do I could swear that they would just, meet up all nice and sweet like before. Why did you change? Maybe this is part of some update thing. Maybe I can skinny you down now. Probably not, huh? Yeah, be smooth. You're not gonna be smooth at me, are you? Alright, well, anyway, I'm getting just way all deep in the weeds here, and I don't need to be. What I need to do is figure out what and why, and maybe just start this whole path off skinnier. I'm sitting here puzzling when I should just be plonking down that flat ride. Let's worry about that one first. No, I don't want a tracked ride. Let's see. I've completely forgotten now. Aquatic monsoon chute. Or resort monsoon chute. I think we should go resorty. And I also think that we can fit you in somehow. Maybe I should be putting you over here. On a little bit of a Z. We can just go the other direction for the queue. Yeah, might be able to make this work somehow. Let's see just a little bit more over yonder. See how much I can hang it off the cliff too. That would be kind of convenient. Okay, let's unz you just a little bit. There. Be you squeezed in. This ride isn't accessible. I know. I haven't gotten there yet. We will get there. Oh yeah, the whole electricity thing. Ooh. My goodness. Well, at least we have done a thing. And you know what? Now that we have done this thing, let's see what else we can do real quick. We can at least put down a queue. And you know what? I do need to at least start this path going somewhere over there, and I can just redraw it later on if I need to. Let's see. We're going to need to give just enough space for that queue. We'll figure out the rest of it later on. Just a little bit more. I think I'm going to turn you back to straight for the moment. I said turn back to straight. Thank you. Well, maybe we should unangle snap you. Guests are having their pool passes refunded because they're not spending enough time in pools. I'm gonna have to figure that puzzle out, y'all. Not really sure what to do. Oh goodness, this path is just nothing but trouble. And neither is this camera. Well, let's just actually just see if we can put in a queue from here. No, I guess we can't. Not quite how I intended to. Alright, we will go with a curved path. Don't really care too much about where it curves. I said a curved path. Thank you. That's good enough. Ish. Yeah, No, it's not good enough. Let's see. I'm gonna have to rethink a lot of this road. I think we're going to curve it around here a little bit more and leave them with a nice beach view. We might even go just a little bit further. No, not quite that far. This far. Alrighty, now let's try just a little bit of path. Alright, hopefully we can make this work nicely, and we have angles. Ooh, I'm being dumb. We have angle snap off and all them things off, and I'm going to leave just enough room so that I can have some scenery squeezed in. Yeah, I did that wrong. I'm doing a lot of things wrong this episode, y'all. I apologize sort of half-heartedly. But, you know, at least there is an apology somewhere in there. And we can do some more things with some of this once we get a little bit more time on our hands. Okay, that's enough of that for the moment. Let's do an actual queue. And perhaps an exit path. Okay, for this we need much less than 6. Let's go with 4. Okay, this is the exit, so let's go ahead and do this little guy. And you need to be squeezed in right against those boulders. That's what you get. Are you meeting up nicely? Ooh, I do kind of like that cute little curve you got at the end there. Yeah, that'll work well enough. I'll eventually see if I can smooth this part down a little bit. Yeah, good enough for now. We can always obsess over it next time. Let's go with something that is not bright orange. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to customize you just a little bit here. Right here, yeah. Customize style. Let's go with this because I think it's going to be diagonal whichever way I go. And see if we can get this going. Don't need any railings, so let's get back into the customization. Let's see. Oh, how did I do that again? No, that's not at all what I want. What I want is to get rid of the railing. Oh, I've done this before. I know I have. Okay, yeah. Let's turn off the rails. We don't really need them on this nice flat ground here. Let's get back over here. And not sure how big of a queue we'll need, but I'm thinking something like from here to here to here-ish. Something like that might work. And we've already got the style customized. So let's get this started. I'm trying to hook up to it, but apparently I'm at the wrong level or something. Maybe I need to raise this up. Maybe I'm in the wrong spot. Okay. Yeah. Oh, all right. Come on. You seem a little bit skinny to me, but maybe I'm just forgetting how this works. How curvy should we make this? Let's see. I'm going to zoom in just a touch here. I'm kind of feeling like being a little bit more freeform than I usually am with these cues. We have space for a little bit of scenery there up front. Might be able to fit something nice in. Mostly I'm just interested in getting this going. And you know what? It doesn't need to stick out that far. So let's just go this direction first. And yeah, a little bit further. Yeah, that's a little bit too freeform. Maybe I should turn it to straight, at least at first. I'm going to do just a tiny little bit of straight out. And then a little bit of straight over here. And now we're going to switch over to some curviness. A little bit thereof. You can pull back on yourself just a little touch. Maybe not quite that abruptly, because I might as well just find some nice space for some scenery right here in the line. Let's see. Yeah, we can get a little bit, well, a little bit further over here before we curve back around. Not quite that. Just a little bit more. And hopefully I can find something interesting to put there. Now that might work. Alright, we have got at least our paths done. And I've been open this whole time. Let's see. Alright, we've got that part done. Let's see what it looks like so far. It's looking like it needs electricity. But you know what? I think we're going to get that done next episode. My goodness, I'm just trying to get a good view of it, but these palm trees and all these other things are all in the way. Let's get out of these objectives so I can see a little bit better. Alright, well that's not doing too badly yet. These boulders a little bit in the way. But I will see y'all in the next episode, and we've got plenty of stuff to finish up and plenty of stuff to try. This has been Liberty Prime with Base Builders, and y'all, if you've enjoyed this and enjoyed watching me try to recombobulate my brain, please don't forget to subscribe and maybe leave a comment or two. Bye!